Welcome to another episode with me, Dr. Sarah Bash at Lovers and Leaders. So, today I want to really create a conversation about DEI and how it affects or it could affect multinational corporations, these global companies. And just for those that don't know what DEI stands for, diversity, equity, and inclusion, okay? I really want to focus of its impact on these multinational corporations if these multinational corporations follow suit with stripping away the mental model of what DEI means or any programs they had started in their company, right? Because we know the outcome of such big companies such as Target recently. There's a boycott, so people are getting impacted, and there is a impact to the business's bottom line. So I remember in my courses in my doctoral program in industrial organizational psychology, as well as more recently my MBA program, DEI came up in my courses. Okay, these were part of the conversation, and the mental framework and the purpose of DEI programs was to really ensure that where companies actually operate from, all right, especially these multinational corporations, where they operate from, you want to make sure, okay, for just good, to actually have favor in the community where you operate from, you want to be able to recruit and retain human capital, all right, these are the employees and the employers that represent the populace. It's just good stewardship. There's a lot of these companies that are situated in certain residences and affecting the environment, for example, even, traffic buildup. So you want to be able as a company to just naturally weave yourself into the communities that you residing. So that's one of the reasons to this DEI programs was that recruiters and hiring managers can actually, have this mental model of we want to be able to hire people that represent the populace that we are operating in, okay? And secondly, you also want to be able to hire, thinkers that represent the customers that you are providing products and services to. There's something in the psychology of consumers where oftentimes they want to buy from or invest in your services, for example, with people that look like them, sound like them, have similar experiences, okay? There's that like factor, right? So this DEI, one thing I really loved about its operations is that it shines the light of unconscious bias that we all have in varying degrees. We all have some level of unconscious bias until somebody comes in our experience, in our reality, and says, you know what, I have a different perspective and here's why. So having a diversity of people from various walks of life, okay, and bring them on board and include them in discussions, certain tables, I would say the main table of decision makings, especially in those strategic tables, a company that is successful understands that we need to have high level thinkers, high level people that represent our consumers, our clients, or our customers, all right? You need those people at the table. You need those people at the table. And even managers, there was an article I was reading, it came up in my MBA program that DEI is also trying to encourage, minority employees or protected groups. This is women, people of different races, people with varying disabilities that you see and you don't see. If you're in a position of authority, for example, and you know that one of your direct reports has great potential, but ordinarily wouldn't have an opportunity to rise up. The article was actually saying that minority folks in certain leadership positions don't always hire people that look like them, for example, because of they want to avoid this potential optics of I'm only hiring who looks like me. So let's keep it a buck. It's interesting how, and that's what the article said. So, there was discussions of like, well, the majority and oftentimes in these workplaces are folks who are, of white descent, but that's been so normalized to hire white on white. But like the article said, minorities shy away from hiring people that look like them. So DEI wants the purpose as well is to dispel those unconscious biases and those resistances to more representation at the table. And I really want to get to the fact that if corporations follow suit with some of these retail type giant corporations and other beverage type corporations that are getting boycotted as a result of the slashing of DEI or the immigration issues, your bottom line is going to get really affected, because the reality is, all right, is that people buy from people that they're familiar with or that they believe understands them and understands their experiences. So if you slash that mentality of thinking you as a MNC, multinational corporation, you are going to, just create, start a company in various companies, developing and developed, and you don't hire people that represent that populace, or you don't hire people that can help provide perspectives, strategic perspectives to ensure that your product and services get to the diverse consumers you are trying to target, you, first of all, are not strategic. Second of all, get ready for a slash in your bottom line. Get ready. You already see it with Target, and there's some other things I'm seeing on social media that folks are boycotting other companies. This is not a joke. This is not a joke. DEI is not meant to hire people that are not competent. It's to hire people and retain people in the workplace that can properly provide multiple perspectives to strengthen the company, retain jobs, and be of service, be of good service to the people they're serving. I don't care how many degrees you have and whatever favor you have. If you're trying to serve a populace of people that you are not familiar with at all, you don't even look like them, all right? And you think you could really market to them well without having some representation? You think just data, collection of data is enough? No. You need contextual data. Contextual. This is familiarity. Qualitative life data with the people you're serving. This is why it's important to have a diverse group of people, include them in the discussions, okay? So you can create equitable experiences for all and not just a group of all. So that's all I really wanted to say in this video, to be as a warning to corporations that want to slip and slide and do the hokey dokey and say, you know what, we are going to pivot and we're not going to think globally anymore in terms of our recruitment of people or retention of certain said people because of what's happening currently right now in the political arena with two certain folks. That is the wrong move, because in 4 years, things can change again. And what happens to your bottom line? What happens to the jobs that have been filled by really good people that can provide a diverse perspective for your strategies? Don't slash that DEI, because you will slash your bottom line. All right? You will slash your bottom line, because consumers are smart. And because of social media, a lot of information is being shared. And consumers are not afraid to stop purchasing from your organization. They are not enslaved to just purchase from your organization. There are smart people in your workplace right now that at the drop of a dime, if they can suss out that your mental model is moving away from DEI, guess what? They may say, deuces, I'm either going to work somewhere else and take all that intellectual property with them that they've accumulated, or they may decide, you know what, I'm going to start my own business. So be very careful. Be very careful. Those leaders in those corporations that may be on that, they're on that brink of saying they want to pivot. You got to think strategically about the populace, where your business is standing, especially if you're a global company. And you got to think about the vendors that you also even interact with and have competitive rates with, because they also pay attention, okay, to the market landscape, okay? They have various types of people working in those companies, those vendors. Okay, so that's another level. And then there is also the consumers. I mean, Target done had their board of directors coming after them because of the wrong moves they made. So this is a warning. Over and out. Stay blessed.